were waiting for an awesome game to justify a PlayStation 4, it has arrived. Infamous Second Son, the third game in the Infamous series from Sucker Punch Studios, is an amazing coming-of-age story with beautiful graphics, awesome gameplay, and witty nods to Seattle life that make you want to play twice so you don't miss a beat. Second Son takes place in 2016, 7 years after its predecessor. In reaction to the destruction from the conduit Cole's death, the government created the Department of Unified Protection, set to hunt down and capture all conduits, referred to by the DUP as bioterrorists. Delson Rowe, a graffiti artist delinquent, is your typical troubled young adult, whose life is altered completely after he witnesses a car accident on his Akomish tribe's land. An armored vehicle carrying conduits has flipped over, and Delson and his brother run to help the injured. 2 conduits escape, and while trying to pull the third from the wreckage, Delson absorbs his smoke powers. The DUP quickly descend upon the accident site to recapture the escapees. Augustine, the leader of the DUP and a conduit herself, uses her concrete powers to impale Delson's friends and family while she interrogates them. Delson takes it upon himself to go to Seattle, absorb Augustine's powers, and save his tribe from the concrete shards embedded in their skin. Infamous Second Son is an open-world action game. In a nutshell, the parkour and platforming elements are very similar to games we have seen before, like the Batman Arkham series and the Assassin's Creed series. It is the skill set that come from the superpowers that make this game unique. There are 4 superpowers to be absorbed by Delson in-game: smoke, neon, video, and concrete. Sucker Punch really went outside the box in creating the route for each power, not relying on elements or natural forms, of which we're pretty used to for superhero properties. Each power has its own unique twist on travel, melee battle, defense, and projectile ammunition that make you think twice in choosing your weapon before entering battle. The leveling up process of searching for power shards and filling up the power tree is another tried and true system that never felt taxing. The shards were readily enough available and easy enough to obtain that adding to Delson's power wasn't a long process. The limited or near lack of in-game tutorials was refreshing, since this is the third part in the series. The small QuickTime events with text explanation showing the newly absorbed power was just enough information to learn the skill you obtained before using it in-game. Like the 2 previous titles, your choices do have an effect on the outcome of the game. Choose to play for good karma by acting heroic and taking the high road in certain situations, or play for evil karma and being destructive and vindictive in your actions. Your options in the power tree will change based on how you play, and the game ending is different, so choose wisely. It is quite obvious when you boot up this game for the first time that there's no way it could have been feasible on the PlayStation 3. The complex particle effects and scenery lighting paired up with the fast-paced speed of battle give a glimpse at how strong the PS4 rendering ability is and where this might lead us for visuals for titles released in the future. Delson's character is a great coming-of-age story, learning to live in the shadow of siblings and finding your place in the world. The performance by Troy Baker was excellent and really sold that angsty young adult. On the contrary, Augustine seemed a little flat and unemotional, and I wasn't really a fan. I believe the intention was to make Augustine seem like a reserved yet stern antagonist, but the delivery removed any intimidation that I should have felt from her being Delson's nemesis. Infamous Second Son is the first time I've used some of the new features of the DualShock 4 controller. Pressing the touchpad to absorb powers from the environment and swiping to open doors and lift machinery felt very comfortable and natural. I really enjoyed the graffiti moments, turning the controller sideways and spray painting on the walls of Seattle. The artwork was creative and witty and showed great humor from the Sucker Punch creative team. There are tons of Easter eggs to discover as you are zipping your way around Seattle. Bands like Nirvana and Soundgarden that call Seattle home can be heard in Reggie's car. Delson creates graffiti that references Starbucks coffee, and there's signage that throws back to old sitcoms like Frasier. It all shows a real love for the city that Sucker Punch Studio resides in. Infamous Second Son is by far the best PlayStation 4 game to date. Between the amazing graphics, the great gameplay, and the awesome replay value through the karma system, you definitely get your bang for your buck when purchasing this game. It is a must-play for any PlayStation 4 owner.